Hey folks, it's Rob, and this is Civilization 5, and we're playing Venice, and I believe this is part 20, of all things. We're just carrying on. It is 1945, and the Romans...
Nekuxtile chuntzilov yan ululul yokolt'inteche ump'aqt'al umeqtalel baxake.
You want my furs. I want your silver. Now, let's see here. I have extra fur. I'll need to make that up to you gold per turn. Say 20. Thank you. Now, let's see. Yeah, the Romans are getting beat up on by the Americans and the Indonesians now. Probably not a good time to be Roman. But I have denounced America for their blatant attack on the Romans, who are a fellow freedom ideology peoples, so, you know, naturally on our side of things. Malacca wants Colombo bullied. I'm not going to get involved. I don't bully my subjugate peoples. Sorry about that bit of noise. If you heard that, that's got a plumber in the working downstairs. Let's see. Great musician has been born in the city of Venice. Excellent. A little late, though. Let's see now. If I were to... The atomic era doesn't last very long. And then you move into the information era. And you can kind of leapfrog through, really. Because with penicillin and atomic theory and radar, you can then put together nuclear fission and ecology and then grab, say, telecommunications, which will automatically bump you into the information era. So if I hold on to my great musician, but that's a really long head thing, just so I can have 3 great works of music for Broadway that are of all the same era. I might as well just have you do your thing now. So Giovanni Prelughi della Palestrina, play for me. Misa Pape Marcelli Curie. I have no idea what that would be, but I imagine it. Well, actually, a Kyrie is quite often a religious piece of music. Again, music clips have been disabled because of YouTube. Even though that should be a thoroughly public domain piece of music, music causes problems. Right. I want to keep the Romans in order. I don't want them to fail so badly that they die. The revolutionary wave is rising in America and Indonesia. Archaeology, that's our hidden one. Beads from Hong Kong. Right. Ancient era. That'll go into a museum and be forgotten about, but it'll add to my boost. So yep, Americans can't be trusted anymore. They were my buddy for thousands of years, and now... Oh. How much you want to bet the Americans did that? So, sorry about the buzzing, but I think... Yeah, basically my boiler's being installed right now. Because my hot water boiler died. So we're getting a new boiler fitted. Maybe I could gift units to Rome? I don't know. I don't want to actually chop that forest. I'm going to put a lumber mill on it. So let's see, what trade route got... Augustus Caesar plundered my route. Oh, Caesar. I need to have words with you.
Salve. In keep,
Dude, you like my trade, don't you? You have such a... I want to just smack you so hard. And there's no option for, like, don't plunder my trade routes. You ass. You may not like I was trading with the Indonesians, but I'm fucking neutral, you jerk. Even though I've been helping you out as best as I can. Asshole. Asshole. 32% complete on the games. We've contributed 790, which means we have enough to win medals, but we want to have the highest contribution as well. Keep at it. At least Rome seems to be defending itself. Things could be worse. Rome could fall to the Americans. They'd pick up a very, very good city, actually. The International Games update, 33% complete. Alright, that bit of work's done. Oh, that could be upgraded. There we go. Since I think we'll be needing to do that bit of work as well, I might as well just build these to upgrade those roads to railroad. Right, trade with people. Well, Colombo's fine. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh. Ooh, ancient writing. Celtic. Well, we will grab that. Harmony is to be valued, and in the avoidance of wanton opposition to be honored. Then what is there which cannot be accomplished? The Justicio Campo. Can't say I'm familiar, but that seemed quite, yeah, pertinent. Kind of a Taoist way of thinking. Oh. Romans taking the fight to Jakarta. Prague desires the Neuschwanstein.
In nothing do men more nearly approach the gods than in giving health to men.
Well, fair enough. Right. No further improvement there. Well, I could put a trading post on that, why not? That Lancer just goes on alert. Researching next. Yeah, so if I want to get to telecommunications, basically do that. Ecology to telecommunications. Just take me straight through. So anything I need to get there, do that. Okay, so we're going to do atomic theory. Academy Science Yield will improve. I could build the Manhattan Project if I desire, and it'll reveal uranium on the map. This barbarian camp, I will teach it the ways of dying. You don't need to be here. Oh, well, I need a battleship for this job, basically. That's right. Fortunately, I happen to have one right over here. So, from over the horizon, and now they're gone. I think I'll leave the camp just so we can farm that, actually. Hong Kong wants Zurich bullied. Sydney's finally given up on waiting for the bullying. Nufusine, I can only build that here in Dublin, and it's a puppet. So, I mean, I can't buy it, right? And that means I'm reliant on them getting around to doing it. Although I can put in the observatory, which will be nice. Let's get a hydro plant to boost their productivity. And the workshop. Yeah, and the factory. So if they're highly productive, they will produce as much as possible. Maybe they'll get around to it. They're building a hotel. It's the atomic age. Guess they managed to hold themselves back for a few turns. Blowing up my trade ships. Well, we'll just pull this one. Actually, kind of swap them. Yeah, you can go over here. Right? And you can go right over here. And when you're done with that, I need to develop that oil resource. On alert. Washington plundered the trade route between Augustus Caesar and Rome. And Antium. Oh no, that's Augustus Caesar's route. And Augustus Caesar's route. Okay, that's not my trade. That's fair enough. As long as they're leaving my trade alone. I'm not happy with them blowing up trade ships, but it's not my trade ships. Medical lab? Yes, medical lab. 2 more cargo ships, because we've increased our limit. 18 trade routes. It's like insane. All flowing through Venice. Yep, there's that aircraft. It is interesting to see their capabilities playing out on each other. Great War bombers. Not very keen on you blowing up ships in my waters, though. Neutral waters here, dude. Everybody wants cloves and nutmeg. It's so... Seriously, people. Alright, is this one of my new ones? This is one of my new ones. I would do more trade with... Well, actually, boosting the Romans is a good thing. And maybe they won't pay attention to these. Trying to keep the Romans alive. So funneling them cash is important. Do I want more ideology? Let's see. Mint, banks, and stock exchange. Extra gold from all trade routes following freedom. Local happiness for every national wonder. None of these are brilliant for me. I mean, there's only 2 other civilizations following freedom. Mind you, I am now sending 4 ships into their areas at least. So that would be 12 gold. Not much into rigging elections. What if I were to go in for improvements combat-wise? Each city with garrison. Yeah. That's a strong cultural boost eventually. I don't know. Is there maybe something I want higher in this thing? So I'm not actually going for the spaceship. I'm going for bringing them in line. Yeah. If I gotta end up fighting them, I'm gonna need extra capability. So, yeah, okay. Melee units, though? I don't think I have any melee units anymore. Maybe the Lancers? It's just so out of date, you know? Like this one. I mean, that's so old, too. Aesthetics? Yeah, aesthetics. Not that it's much use to me at this point. But the excess happiness converted to culture could be good. And that does mean that we produce writers, artists, and musicians faster. Okay. A pagoda has been purchased. And everyone wants cloves and nutmeg. Seriously, it's like everyone's gone crazy for curries. Now, see, I don't actually want to declare war on them as much as you want to. No, we're not doing that right now. I've been to war 3 times because of you, I think. Right, since the Romans aren't actually pillaging my routes, I'm reconsidering doing something I had thought about doing and didn't do because I thought they were screwing me over. And that is see if I can exchange some units to them. But you think I'd be able to remember whether or not that's something you can do with other main powers. Previous route Singapore, go to Singapore. Previous route Zurich, go to Zurich. So yeah, I'll take this submarine, right? Bring it over into their territory. And let's see here. Gift it. And I'll just buy myself a new one. Agent Marino discovered that a Mayan army is currently marching towards the Indonesian city of Jakarta. Well, that's just going to have to happen. We can't buy any more pagodas. Don't need another great admiral. Go for the great scientist. And you will get the usual promotions. Visibility range. And let's give you just the general improvement. Okay. And you can come... Well, you get moved next turn. It's basically about 11 turns for me to get new policies now. So we really are cranking out culture, but we can do better. Right, there's my new submarine. Send that down to cover that station. You will go and build that oil well. Augustus Caesar's made peace with Washington. Good. Looks like probably a white piece. I don't think anything fell.
The unleashed power of the atom has changed everything, save our modes of thinking, and we thus drift towards unparalleled catastrophe.
Yeah. New Merchant of Venice. But, as I've stated the last 2 times I had Merchants of Venice, I'm not actually interested in capturing any more of the independent free states, because I need their votes. They're all my allies. I actually have a great merchant standing by in case someone gets flipped over. Right. Where do I need work done? Anywhere? Suppose I need some work done here. Get your butt over there. Gaspara Bulby. Okay. Instead of sending them to Singapore like I keep doing, how about we send them to Malacca? We have found uranium there. Right. I will need to dig that up, I think. Probably I'd rather not, because losing the forest. But chopping the forest will mean that the projectile will produce more food, and I'll get the uranium access. I'll lose a few hammers, though. But international games are 75% done, and it looks like we've contributed a huge amount towards it. I could probably stop, actually. So, build the Manhattan Project. Yes. Why? Because I need the big sticks to be able to keep the peace. My trade routes are backed with nuclear weapons. I'm not normally a hothead, but the way things have been going, I'm a little uneasy, and that the nuclear weapons ought to help back me up, keep them off of me a bit. Wonders versus 10. I have as many wonders as the next 3. And Washington just has 2. Yeah, keep on building me my trading posts. What else am I going to build in the desert? Without Petro. Previous route was to Medan. Do I want to continue trading with America? It does make me money in science. Okay. Maybe I could gift this worker unit to Ravenna. That's a thing. To Medan. Get going. Keeping my trade routes open so I can continue to influence them. Don't want America slipping out of my influence, first off. Secondly, I need the access I get when having trade with the Indonesians. 5 turns. The Mayans, 24 turns. And there's our new submarine. I think maybe my submarine helped turn the tide for Rome, which is nice. Put that on alert. Yep, there's the Roman submarine. Maya is now an ally of Kiev. My city converted? Oh, converted religion. That's okay. Robism is the global thing, and that's what I wanted. Kiev, yes. How about we give you a buttload of cash? Okay? Fine? 161 of 60? Yes, there we go. And we're going to New York. Well, do I need 2 trade routes to the Americans? No. If I'm going to favor people with trade routes, it should be people who have better thoughts in their heads. Let's go to Edinburgh. What else? So the Mayans and the Indonesians will be at war shortly. I'm getting oil from Singapore now. That's nice. I have a lot of oil. 22 oil. Upcoming session, that's why we had to keep... want to ban sugar, and I'm trying to repeal salt. Okay. Alright, get your butt up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118 And we'll come back to you on the next episode, I believe. So, it should remind me that you exist. So I don't have to. I won't forget about you. Besides, you're just there to do a trade mission. I'm not trying to snag Malacca. Wonder if any of my allies have access to what will be uranium. Because, of course, they won't be able to extract it yet, but down the line. I control a lot of territory, and I only found there was only one uranium deposit in my territory. But, I mean, there's a lot of islands, there's a lot of coastline. I can see why that would be. This is probably the single largest landmass I have control over. Even though I took main production offline, some of my other cities are still building the games. Right, well, at least it'll get done. Well, anyhow, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.